There's one on the other side. Ooh, Fergus, well done. Is it the little skittish cub? Hello. It's not. It's our friend Ribbon. Hello, girl. Where's your babies, huh? Hello, you pretty creature. Good morning. Apparently yesterday, this particular hyena was full to the brim with something that she'd eaten. She's looking very sleepy. What a lovely surprise. Finally. Feels like forever that I've last seen her at this den site. Tristan had a wonderful morning here yesterday. See, they are pretty creatures. They're not ugly. I think they aren't. Oh, your baby's still sleeping in. Are you happy for that, eh? Have a little bit of a break from those sharp teeth. Hello. She apparently decided that it's time, I hope, to get the cubs up. Let's go see where she goes. And don't disappear now, Ribbon. I'll cry. Alright, we're going to be starting our live safari properly in a few seconds, so I'll see you very, very shortly. Of the creatures of the night, even though it is first thing in the morning. She's doing her job as a wonderful mum and sitting waiting patiently for the cubs to wake up. So there we go. We've got the spotted hyena, the mother of at least one cub at this particular den site, who at the moment is taking a little bit of a snooze, but a few seconds ago got up and went to investigate the entrance to the den to see whether or not her cub was in any way interested in getting up and coming to have a quick feed. But apparently they're not feeling as though an early morning is necessary this morning. So we've got the lovely Ribbon, who's snoozing away, looking, I think, very pretty in this golden morning sunlight. She's a first-time mum, as far as we know, and perhaps that would account for why she's just letting the cubs sleep. Usually we see our hyenas, when the females want to feed them or want to wake the cubs up, they go and they stand at the entrance to the den site, because they can't go into the den itself, they're too big. They go and they stand and they call to the cubs inside, and the cubs come out. Apparently Ribbon was not quite dedicated enough to do that this morning. Perhaps she took the opportunity to have a morning off herself. She's looking very happy. She's got a little bit of a limp, actually, I noticed, as she was walking around the den, favouring one leg ever so slightly. Nothing too serious, and hyenas, of course, most often are full of scratches and injuries and bites and nips, particularly lower-ranking individuals. I'm not sure where Ribbon's rank actually sits within this clan, but I've seen quite a few bites and nips on her in the past, which makes me think that she's certainly not near the top of the hierarchy, but that we kind of knew anyway. We know the more dominant females of this particular clan, and she is not among them. Oh, you can see the sun breaking through. Come on, little cubs. I want to solve this mystery of the mystery bigger cub that apparently stuck its head out yesterday. Oh well, in this case I think patience is going to be necessary. Perhaps when the sun comes out a bit more, the cubs will be more eager to awaken. I know that feeling, actually. Getting out of bed in winter is always harder. While we wait for Ribbon to either get up or her cubs to pop out, it's not just Tristan and myself out here. James is strolling around, enjoying the morning. Look at that. James has put Ribbon to sleep. Well done, James. I have absolutely no idea what James was chatting about. I was completely ignoring the updates because I was busy listening to the lions roaring to the south of me. It's touch and go. They could be on our property. They could be just south of our property. There are no fences for our new viewers, but there is There are certain places that we can't go and other people can go, and vice versa. One of the things that I would really like to do is see a lion, because at this point I'm starting to forget what they look like. They're the big tan ones, right? Without the spots. Or am I getting confused? Either way, it has been a long, long time since I last saw a lion. I'm getting antsy now, trying to decide whether... I think I'm only going to stay 1 or 2 more minutes more with Ribbon, and then we need to go and see if those lions are around, because they've been moving so much recently, and they generally aren't on Djuma for all that long before they cross somewhere. I'm hoping, because it sounded like more than one. There was a male calling, but I'm hoping that the sticks might be with them as well. And I haven't seen the new sticks covers either. Oh, Ribbon. These decisions, you're so lucky you don't have to make these decisions first thing in the morning. Because I'd love to stay with you as well. Alyssa, welcome to the Sunrise Safari. Wonderful to have you, and thank you for sending through your question. No is the answer. Alyssa wants to know whether or not injured hyenas will take care of each other, like in the way that wild dogs do. Wild dogs are amazing creatures. The bonds between a pack is just so, they are just so strong, and they do look after injured pack members, and they will regurgitate food for them. Hyenas are not quite in the same league in that sense. They're certainly very social, and they certainly work together as a team. You'll probably find some scientist somewhere who's observed some kind of behavior that they've interpreted as looking after each other, but really, that's not the way that spotted hyenas work. They are far more aggressive than wild dogs, just in terms of the maintenance of their hierarchy. And an injured hyena does not get looked after, it does not get to feed, and actually will be bumped down the hierarchy of a hyena clan. So unfortunately, it's just not the way that they will not look after an injured member, and when that injured member dies, they will eat it. There's nothing to stop them doing that. Hyenas are not fussy about their diet, this much they know. I've seen actually it was camera traps that we set up years ago in an area that I used to work in, and I had a camera trap picture of a hyena carrying a hyena's head. So they will eat each other, if it comes down to that. They won't kill each other, necessarily, but they will eat each other if an injured hyena dies. So no, it doesn't quite work that way. A hyena clan is a far harsher place than a wild dog pack. There's a lot more biting, there's very strict discipline. If there's any kind of overstepping of the boundaries, we've seen with Gwen, the low-ranking female of this particular clan, we've seen what happens when a hyena is disciplined, and it's not pretty. Come on. Little cubs, you've got about 30 seconds more, and then I need to start following that sound of that lion, because it's niggling away in my brain that there's a possibility of seeing them. Of course, I could leave and they could be south of our boundary, so it's a really difficult decision to make. It's cold, which means that their roars travel further. Good morning to Lauren. Lauren, it's a complicated question, hyena hierarchy. Yes, absolutely, it is the case that hyena cubs inherit their status from their mother. But now Lauren's wondering further from that, which set of cubs will get the higher standing? The older ones, generally speaking. So the older they are, sort of her firstborn cubs will inherit her status, the next set of cubs will be just below that. But that's a way of really oversimplifying clan hierarchy. So whilst it does work like that in the beginning, there's individual personalities, clan hierarchy shifts, it's fluid, it changes every now and again. And I don't think, actually, to be completely honest with you, we fully understand. And I'm not just talking about us at Safari Live or Wild Earth, I'm talking as human beings understanding hyenas. I don't think we fully understand how it works. So they could, the fact that Ribbon is Comet's daughter does not necessarily mean that she's that far up the clan hierarchy. Certainly she'll be below her mother, and Comet is below at least Madam and Pretty, the two higher ranking females, Madam being the matriarch. But I don't think we fully understand. And, what if there's a big female who's got a particularly dominant personality, more dominant than her mother or her sister or her older sister? She's going to take a higher standpoint in the hierarchy. And yes, part of it is learned. Hyena cubs do learn where they belong very early on, and if they don't learn, then they are taught very quickly and quite harshly. But I imagine that it can change. I also don't think we fully appreciate how different a hyena clan structure would be here as opposed to a place where, say, you get hyena clans that are 80 members strong. Imagine how complex things get there when you've got different family lines. So it's a difficult one. But that answer that I gave about the older ones is probably the simplest way of terming it. Right, Ribbon, if you do not lift your head in the next 30 seconds, I'm going to look for that line. Again, another complex question from Maritza about hyena hierarchies. So let's say Madam died. Madam's the matriarch. Maritza's question is then, well, what happens? Who inherits her role? How does the hyena hierarchy change? Again, it's complex, and I think it's unpredictable. There's a good chance that her eldest daughter, let's say, for example, Pretty, in this case, Madam's daughter, who we know has quite a high status within this hyena clan already, just including the fact that her mom is the matriarch. She's been groomed since she was little to know that she's quite high-ranking. She's big, she's dominant, and of course the higher ranking they are, the bigger and healthier they're likely to be because they get the best access to food. So she'll probably step in as the matriarch and everything will just shift from there. But that's very unpredictable. And hyena clans are not all related to each other. Not all females are related to each other. So there's a complexity to that as well. There might be a coup. Perhaps a low-ranking female's actually done quite well, and she's produced two sets of healthy females, and there could be something of a coup involved if a high-ranking female dies. It's unpredictable. I think we've fallen into a pattern of saying quite simply, well, it just kind of works like human royalty works, although I guess human royalty works is also quite a complex thing. Ribbon doesn't seem too concerned. I don't think title as matriarch is in her future. Alright. I will come back to this hyena den a bit later if that's the way the morning goes, but I've got to leave. I've got to go and find those lions. Tristan's thinking along the same lines, or lions, and he's off in search of them as well. Where are your babies, big girl? Or baby? Still not entirely sure what the answer to this whole story is. Yesterday I spoke about the fact that the elder cub is quite skittish. There was a hyena there 2 seconds ago. Oh, there she is. She just moved closer to the den. The elder cub is quite skittish if it is Gwen's cub. And I'm concerned that the fearfulness of the older cub might rub off on the younger cub. I'm hoping it's not going to be the case. I'm hoping that the younger cub teaches the older cub to be more comfortable around vehicles. The difficulty arose when... Oh, you are smelly this morning. Goodness gracious. Not you, Ferg. Not you, Ferg. I'm talking to the hyena. Other mornings, yes, but this morning I'm talking to the hyena. What was I talking about? Oh yes, Gwen, the female hyena that we saw her cubs when they were very young, and then they disappeared for 8 months. And they were obviously raised in a den site where they'd never seen people or safari vehicles. And the end result is that they're very, very skittish. Ribbon's cub, or cubs, are not skittish at all. But I hope the fear isn't contagious, so to speak. Pooh! Imagine the stinkiest dog you can imagine. A dog that has rolled in something foul when you've taken it out to the dog park. And rotten meat. This is what the den site smells like right now. Okay, patience is a virtue. We missed out on our lion, but Tristan is still with him. Let's see what he's up to.